गुड मॉर्निंग एवरीवन. नमस्कार. तर चला आज पाहूया स्टँडर्ड 9 quadrilaterals chapter in that practice set 5.1. So we are going to start with practice set 5.1 in quadrilaterals chapter. So in this chapter we are going to use three properties of parallelogram. So these are the most frequently used properties. So what I have done, I have written those properties to make the understanding very easier for you all. So let's revise the properties first. The property says opposite angles are congruent. The second property says adjacent angles are supplementary. And the third property is diagonals bisect each other. So these are the three properties which we are going to use in these problems. So let's see the first problem. I have written the problem here. WXYZ is a parallelogram. Diagonals intersect at point O. So while reading this first statement, we will draw simultaneously in parallel, we will draw the diagram as well. So WXYZ is a parallelogram. WXYZ is a parallelogram. Diagonals intersect at point O. So these are the diagonals of this parallelogram which intersect at point O. Then XYZ, the measure of angle XYZ is 135. So XYZ is 135. Next, find XWZ. That is XWZ. XWZ. Find angle YZW. 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 So length of OY, O to Y is 5 cm. Find length of WY, the entire diagonal. Okay. So first, what is given? Angle XYZ. So what we have to write? That WXYZ is a parallelogram. Okay, so in that diagonals intersect each other at point O. And what is the value of XYZ angle? It is 135. So angle XYZ is given. So what is the property of parallelogram? That opposite angles are congruent. This is XYZ. XYZ is given, which is 135. The opposite angle, that is XWZ. This is the opposite angle of the parallelogram. So these opposite angles are congruent. So what is the given data? Given data is angle XYZ is 135. So therefore angle XWZ is equal to angle XYZ. What is the reason behind this? You have to write the reason as well. This is very important that you are using this property. So write it here. Since opposite angles are congruent. So this property we have used. So if these opposite angles are congruent and we know that XYZ is 135, so what will be the value of XWZ? XWZ will be also 135 because these XWZ is congruent to XYZ as these are the opposite angles of parallelogram. So if XYZ is 135, XWZ will also be 135. So here we got the answer for first. Now next is find the angle YZW. YZW. So now for this we are using the second property, that is, if you will see, XWZ, that is this angle, is adjacent of YZW. This is the adjacent angle. So XWZ and YZW are the adjacent angles. So what the next property says, the adjacent angles of a parallelogram are supplementary. So this was the first one. Second, we are finding YZW. So adjacent angles. So we are using this property YZW plus angle XWZ equal to 180, as since these are adjacent angles of parallelogram are supplementary. Supplementary means the sum of these two adjacent angles are 180. So we know the value of XWZ. In previous step we have found out this. So if we have to find out YZW plus what is the value of XWZ? It is 135 is equal to 180. So therefore the angle YZW is 180 minus 135. So what is 180 minus 135? It is 45 degree. So we got angle YZW is 45. So this was expected. To find out what is major angle YZW, it is 45. So next, length of OY is given 5 centimeter. We need to find out what is the length of entire diagonal, that is WY. So what is the next property? The diagonals bisect each other is the next property which we are going to use in this case. So to find out the length of diagonal by WY. So as per the property, OY is given, that is 5 centimeter, and we have to find out the diagonal length. So simply this is 5 centimeter and diagonal is twice of this OY. So if this is 5 centimeter, the diagonal length will be WY. So length of WY is equal to twice length of OY. Here you have to write which property you are using, that diagonals bisect each other. Bisect each other. So using this property, we are saying that length of WY is equal to 2 into length of OY, which is given as 5 centimeter. So 5 is equal to 10 centimeter. So what is the length of WY? It is 10 centimeter. So we have got the answer for length of WY. It is 10 centimeter. Okay, so let's proceed with the second example. Second example is ABCD is a parallelogram. Angle A is given, which is 3x plus 12. Angle B is given 2x minus 32. What we have to find out? We have to find out the measure of x, value of x, and the measure of angle C and angle D. So I have drawn the diagram here. This is a parallelogram ABCD. The angle A is 3x plus 12 and angle B is 2x minus 32. We have to find out the value of x and what is the measure of angle C and angle D. Okay, so let's start with the solution. See, don't remember what will be the first step. From problem only itself, you can understand what will be the first step and which property you are going to use. So angle A and angle B are given. An angle from the diagram you can see angle A and angle B are adjacent angles. So what is the property of parallelogram? The adjacent angles of a parallelogram are supplementary. So that will be our first step. A, B, C, D is a parallelogram. Okay. So angle, what is given? Angle A is 3x plus 12 degree. Angle B is 2x minus 32 degree. So we are going to add angle A plus angle B is equal to 180. Why? Since we are using the property known as adjacent angles are supplementary. So supplementary means addition will be 180. So what are the values of angle A and angle B? 3x plus 12 plus 2x minus 32 is equal to 180. Okay, so these are like terms and these are constants. So like terms we need to add, that is 2x plus 3x is 5x plus, now plus 12 minus 32 is, it is opposite sign, so sign of greater number, it will be minus. So 32 minus 12 will be 20 is equal to 180. So 5x is equal to 180 minus 180, sorry, this we will shift from left hand side to right hand side. So sign will be changed, it will be plus 20. So 5x is equal to 200 and x is equal to 200 divided by 5, that is 40. So x is equal to 40. So this was the first, find x. So we got the value of x. What is C and D? Angle, measure of angle C and angle D. So to find this, we are going to use the first property, which is opposite angles of a parallelogram are congruent. So after getting the value of x, we will first find out what is angle A and angle B. Angle A is 3x plus 12. So putting the value of x here, so 3 into 40 plus 12. So 3 into 40 is 120 plus 12. That is, we'll see 2, 4, 2, 3 and 1. Yeah, it is 2, 3 and 1. So angle A is 132 degree. Now same way we will find out what is angle B. Angle B is 2x minus 32. So putting the value of x into 40 minus 32. So it will be 80 minus 32. What will be the value? 48. So angle B is 48 degree. Yeah. So it is 2 and 3, 132, and here the value is 8 and 7 minus 3 is 4. Correct. So 48 and 132 are the measure of angle A and angle B. So now opposite angles are congruent. So angle A is congruent to angle C, angle B is congruent to angle D. So I'll write it down here. So as angle A is congruent to angle C and angle has, okay, one by one. So angle A is congruent to angle C. So what is the measure of angle A? You need to write down here the reason first, that opposite angles are congruent. So what is angle A? Angle A is 132. So what will be angle C? It will be 132. Therefore angle C is 132. Why? Because angle A is opposite angle of angle C and these are congruent. So same way angle B is congruent to angle C. Same. What is the property? Opposite angles of a parallelogram are congruent. So what is the measure of angle B? That is 48. Angle B is 48 degree. So what will be angle C? It is 48 degree. So this way, it is angle B is congruent to angle D. I'll make a correction here. Angle B is congruent to angle D. These are the opposite angles of a parallelogram. So angle B is 48. So angle D will be 48. So angle A is congruent to angle C. These are opposite angles, and angle B is congruent to angle D. These are opposite angles. So this way we have found out value of X, measure of angle C and angle D. Okay, so let's see the third problem. Perimeter of a parallelogram is 150 centimeter. One of its side is greater than the other side by 25. So there are two things that are given in the problem. First, perimeter is 150, and the second thing which is given as one of its side is greater than the other side by 25. So first we will see perimeter is 150. So how we can use this? So solution. Okay, so perimeter is 150 and one side is greater than the other side. So let one side be. One of its side is greater than the other side by 25. So let's say suppose AB consider as X. So the other side will be greater than 25. So here it will be X plus 25. Okay. So this way we can write, first step is that ABCD is a parallelogram and perimeter of parallelogram is 150. Perimeter means sum of all sides. So here we are going to use one property, that opposite sides of a parallelogram are congruent. So let's say let side AB be X. So the adjacent side is BC. Adjacent side BC is X plus 25. So if side AB is X, which is the opposite side? CD. AB is X, DC is X. So DC is also X. So DC I'll write it X. Now BC is X plus 25. So what is the opposite side? AD. So AD will be X plus 25. I'll again repeat. ABCD is a parallelogram. We are using the property known as opposite sides of a parallelogram are congruent. So which are the opposite sides? First we have considered AB as X. So what is the opposite side? DC. It will be X. If BC is X plus 25, so AD will be X plus 25. Okay. So now, what is perimeter? Addition, sum of all the sides. So perimeter given is 150. Therefore, I am adding the sides of a parallelogram. So AB plus BC plus CD and DA. What is the perimeter? it is given perimeter of a parallelogram is 150. It is given in the problem. So we are putting the value. In next step we will put the value. So what is the value of AB? It is x. What is the value of BC? It is x plus 25. What is the value of CD or DC? It is x. What is the value of DA? It is x plus 25. And this is all equal to 150. So I will solve this. X, x, x and x. So x plus x plus x plus x, that is 4x plus 25 plus 25. What is 50 is equal to 150. Okay. So 4x is equal to 150 minus 50, that is 100. So x is equal to 100 divided by 4, which is equal to 25. So we got the value of x, that is 25. So now if x is 25, that means AB is 25. What is the unit? It is centimeter. So AB is 25. Okay. So now AB is 25. So AB is congruent to DC or CD. We are using the property known as opposite sides of a parallelogram. So it is congruent. AB is equal to DC. So what is AB? AB is 25. So what will be the value of DC? It will be 25 centimeter. Now, if AB 25, DC we got as 25, let's find out what is the value of BC. BC is x plus 25. It is x plus 25. What is the value of x? X is 25. So 25 plus 25 is 50. Therefore, BC is equal to 50 centimeter. Now, BC is congruent to AD. BC is congruent to AD. What is the property? Opposite sides are congruent. So, BC is 50. So, AD is equal to 50 centimeter as BC is equal to 50. So, this way we have completed the problem. Find the length of all the sides. So, length of AB is 25. Length of and AB is congruent to CD. So, DC is equal to 25. Then we have found out what is BC. X plus 25, that is 50. And BC is congruent to AD. So, AD is equal to 50. So, this way we have found out all the lengths of all the sides of a parallelogram. So let's see the fourth problem. If ratio of a measures of two adjacent angles of a parallelogram is 1:2, find the measures of all the angles of a parallelogram. So the ratio is given of adjacent angles. So let's consider one of the pair of adjacent angles, P and Q. So if the ratio is given, then let one of the angle be x. So I have considered angle P as x. So let angle P be x degree. So the adjacent angle is 1:2 ratio. So the adjacent angle, that is angle Q, therefore angle Q is equal to 2x. As given, the ratio you can write it here, ratio is 1:2. So angle Q is 2x. This I have written in the diagram as well. So find the measures of all the angles of a parallelogram. So if you will see, angle P and angle Q are the adjacent angles of a parallelogram. So what is the property of adjacent angles? The adjacent angles of a parallelogram are supplementary. So by using this property, we will say angle P plus angle Q is equal to 180. Since adjacent angles are supplementary. So angle P, we will put the values. Angle P is x plus angle Q is 2x is equal to 180. So by solving this, we get 3x is equal to 180 and x is equal to 180 divided by 3, that is 60. Therefore x is equal to 60. So what is x? X is angle P. Therefore angle P is equal to 60 degree. So we got the value for angle P. It is measure 60 degree. So if we got the value of P, we can also find out what is angle Q. So angle Q is 2x. So 2 into 60 is 120. Therefore angle Q is equal to 120 degree. So we got the value for two adjacent angles. We have to find out the other two as well. So the property says the opposite angles of a parallelogram are congruent. So if angle P is congruent to angle R and angle Q is congruent to angle S, and we got the value for angle P and angle X. So angle P is congruent to angle S. Opposite angles are congruent. So angle P is 60. Therefore angle S is also 60 degree. Angle P is congruent to angle R, not S. Angle P is congruent to angle R. Angle P is congruent to angle R. Angle P is congruent to angle R. So if angle P is 60, angle R will be 60. Next will be angle Q is congruent to angle S. Angle Q is congruent to angle S. Same reason that opposite angles of a parallelogram are congruent. So angle Q is 120 degree. Therefore angle S will be 120 degree. So in this way we got the values for all the four angles. That is, angle P is 60 degree, angle Q is 120 degree, angle R is 60 degree, and angle S is 120 degree. So we have found out all the measures of angles of a parallelogram. So this way we have completed all the four examples from this chapter called quadrilaterals. Hope you all understand. Please do subscribe, like and share. Thank you.